Sure.
Hello.
Just waiting for YouTube to catch up. And we're live. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello. I just got my notification.
Excellent. That was quick.
Awesome.
We got ads playing. That's okay. Just I was going to wait for a couple of people to come in.
Yay.
But
All right, well,
I think
maybe if you could introduce them.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
That's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. So to my right, we have medium. Do you, Paula Forester? Do you get called medium, psychic?
Both.
Yep. At the bottom we got. Oh, sorry, there was a bit of a delay.
We can't lose Paula.
You know what, Paula? Do you have earbuds?
No.
Ooh.
I don't either, guys, and I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll get through it.
We will. I mean, I never use them. They're so annoying to me.
We've got Gingerlocks at the bottom. Back, you guys know Gingerlock's mum, the ginger commentator. Well, it's not ginger commentator anymore.
Not anymore. It hasn't been for like 8 months.
Oh my gosh, such a long list. So. And we have Tania Hagan. Tania's been on a few times now with us girls. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me back. I always love coming on your show.
That's okay. Hi, voices behind the wall. Hi, Mamma Mia. Hi, Bumblebee. Okay, so today we have a psychic reading or medium reading. I never know what to say, psychic or medium. Sorry. With Paula. And we have Tania because she wrote the fiction book, the only fiction book on the Watts, inspired by the Watts case.
Right.
Hi, Cynthia. And so Paula was going to come in and do a reading. Now, when I was talking to Paula before, she said, and I said, like, do you need anything physical or anything? I'm not sure how this works. And she was saying that just like working off photos and things like that. So, Tania, did you have anything you wanted to start off with this?
Sure. I would like to ask Paula. And we actually talked about this. This is the only aspect of the case that I talked to her about because I wanted to, kind of get her impressions raw like everyone else. But Paula, you were telling me something, and I've always feared that Bella may have been alive when he put her into the oil tank.
Absolutely, yes.
And you were telling me something frightening that you got an impression about her.
When the other younger daughter was already dead, but Bella was alive, and she was alive for, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes inside this oil drum. And I could feel the sensation of her scratching against the side of the oil drum, trying to get out and crying. So she was in a panic, and she was scratching on the side of the oil drum saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, why? Daddy, 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 why?"
Oh my God, how frightening. Oh my goodness. And I'd imagine the oil would be toxic to her pretty immediately. And I don't know that those kids could swim. I don't know if they were able to swim, either one of them. I probably should know that, but I don't. But oh my God, that poor baby. I can't even imagine that.
Right.
But you think that Celeste Cece she was gone already when she was put in?
Yes. Yes, she was already gone.
Oh my!
But Bella was definitely alive when she went into that oil drum and was alive for several minutes while she was in there.
Oh my gosh, how awful! And now, what do you think about the mistress Nicole Kessinger? Everyone wants to know if she was involved. I personally don't see it, and I will never say she did anything. But what do you think? Do you think that? Do you get the impression she's guilty or innocent?
I think she's innocent. I think she just was sweet talked by a chump.
Okay, good.
And she was led along the path of everything's going to be wonderful. I'm going to leave my wife. I'm going to be with you. We'll have our
Wow.
own family.
Yep.
And he just strung her along. He's psychotic,
Right.
and
I
he's a
believe he is.
sociopath,
Yes.
and he's a
Yes.
sociopath.
Yes.
And so he told everybody exactly what they wanted to hear when they wanted to hear it. And he was
Yes.
very smooth, very charismatic at what he did.
Yep.
And he had her going. I don't
I
think she
believe
had
so
anything
too.
to do with it at all.
Good. Thank you for clearing that up as far as, your impression. And with Shanann, the wife, um I have a feeling, well, not really with Shanann, but I have a feeling that little Bella actually had a little bit of what you have, the ability to see things that haven't happened yet, or the ability to be very intuitive about otherworldly aspects of life. And I wrote it in the book that way because I believe Shanann actually told one of her friends that Bella's got some kind of a psychic power. And I didn't even know Shanann had said that until long after the book was written. But do you feel little Bella was able to see things and maybe even know what was going to happen?
Let me work on that question for a second.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
I think she feared her father. I think her
Okay.
father was verbally abusive toward the girls.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Um, I think she feared her father, and I think she had a feeling of impending doom, that
Okay.
something was just not right, especially between her parents
Ah,
when the pregnant mother was still alive.
okay. Okay.
She thought
Wow.
something bad was going to happen to mommy
Wow.
if mommy didn't behave.
Wow. And now, see, Shanann, do you have any impressions as to what she'd like to say to everyone? I mean, her family or anyone out here about how they are, if they're doing all right, if they're together, anything she might be, giving you. I don't know.
They are together,
Good.
and they're playing in a field of yellow flowers.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm getting chills. Wow.
I think yellow was a favorite color for both of them. I
Oh,
think there were
wow.
yellow flowers around the house that
Okay.
they enjoyed
Wow.
playing in,
Wow.
and they were very, very close. They were also very technically in tune with each other.
Okay. I thought so too. I do feel that, definitely. And so they're all okay and they're happy, and I'm assuming that Shanann has her baby boy with her now too.
Yes,
um I'm
yes,
hoping. Okay, good. Oh,
yes.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh. Oh no. So what does Shanann think about him now, about Chris Watts? I mean, what are her impressions? I mean, what does she think about him now that everything happened, or what are any of her final thoughts that you can pick up on?
Her technical quote was "May he rot in hell."
Really? Oh goodness. Okay, oh, go Shanann. I love her. Now, did she know about the affair before that night? Do you
Yes,
think she
yes,
did?
yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think that was a cause of a lot of the beginnings of the argument they had between them.
Okay. And I think so as well, just from looking at all the evidence and even what he has said. Now, is it true that he smothered those babies or tried to smother them with pillows before she got home? He said that, and I believe it because it's so horrible. But is it true that he did that and they woke back up? Is that correct, or did only one of them wake? Did only Bella wake back up, or how do you see that unfolding?
Only Bella woke up, but it seems like she was
Wow.
out of it, and he thought she was dead
Oh my
because he wrapped
goodness.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, he had them in the back seat, and she was very quiet, and he thought she was dead already. And he was
Oh my
very surprised
goodness.
because when he was placing her in the oil drum, she was resisting.
Oh my gosh, that poor thing. Oh my gosh.
I
Oh, that poor
imagine,
little angel.
imagine the fear and panic of that kind of thing happening.
Oh my gosh, that poor little angel. And I hope that her mommy met her right then on the other side. Do you think that that happened,
She
or?
she guided them to the other side.
Okay, good. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I won't cry. I'm terrible. I cry at everything.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a
You're doing
question.
great, Tanya. You're doing
Okay.
great.
You're
Thank
fantastic.
you.
I was
Okay,
going to
gotta
ask a
calm down.
question. So if you do you see them or feel them? Are
Both.
they the same? Do they stay the same age forever?
They stay the same age. They are the same age. The mother has a little boy with her.
Oh.
He has been born. He's got little curly cute hair.
Oh.
He's very cute. He's very sweet,
Oh.
and they're all kind of hand in hand.
Oh, wonderful. Oh
Wow.
my gosh, that's beautiful. Oh, um, oh, okay. Compose yourself, Tanya Hagan. Okay, so now Nicole Kessinger, she said that, the mistress said that she deleted her phone messages with Chris Watts because she thought he was a liar and blah blah blah. I get the impression that she did that because she was worried about being implicated. I mean, so she lied on that point. I know. But do you think that, or do you think she's telling the truth that she deleted all of her messages to him because she realized he was a lying jerk? What
I
do you
think
think?
no, I think she got very scared. She did not want an association with him, and therefore she deleted the messages, which
Okay.
is impossible to do because any FBI agent can pull that right off the SIM card.
Okay. And they did. That's exactly what they did too. Now, do you think that, now I have a weird impression because I get them too sometimes. I'm not like you. I can't control when I get it. But I have a feeling Nicole Kessinger might have been pregnant by Chris. Do you get that at all?
That I'm not getting.
Okay. Oh, but I
I
might be
don't think
wrong. I'm sure I am.
I don't think he wanted to have more children. If she
Okay.
was pregnant, she had an abortion. I'm getting the three of
Ooh.
them singing "You Are My Sunshine"
Oh, you mean the mom and two little girls?
and the
They're singing
babies.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. So Shanann said basically go to hell. I love that. That's so funny. Now, are the families, I mean, the Watts family and the Rusek family, are they going to get some peace? Are they going to be able to get over this and go into at least ordinary grief the way we grieve someone who died of a heart attack or in an accident? Are they going to be okay in the next year? I worry about all of them, all the time.
I think
Are
it's
they
going
going
to
to?
take a lot longer than a year.
Okay. Okay.
I
Are
mean,
they
it's a
ever going to
horrible,
speak again?
tragic situation, and I think it's going
Yes.
to take them a lot longer than a year to get
Okay.
over this. And they were very
Certainly.
disappointed that the death penalty was taken off the table and he pled
Oh,
down.
wow.
Yes.
Wow. And that's interesting because, Shanann's parents said we don't want to kill him, but I bet that they've had second thoughts, or that wasn't their real thoughts. I bet you
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they were saying that because they obviously don't want to, but they were hoping that initially that he would be given the death penalty. And I don't know, because then his mother, I mean, I don't want anyone to grieve any more than they have to, and everyone has lost everything, and I don't know
Mhm.
how they're moving forward. I feel terrible for Frankie, who is Shanann's little brother. He's such a nice boy, but he's so sad over this. And I don't know the Rusek family, and I wish I might reach out to them. I don't know, but do you think the Watts and the Rusek family are going to ever make amends between themselves? I mean, are they going to be friendly again and
No.
get together in their grief?
No.
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 Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. Well, that's too bad because I mean, they share so much with this.
Hmm.
That is too bad. I feel terrible for them, but I would like to, I'm hoping that they'll get to know that they're still here, that they're still, present, and they're alive somewhere, and they're, living and singing, and that's just beautiful. I mean, I don't know, Bridget, do you have anything else to add, you think? Or, I mean, right.
Yeah, I was wondering if Shanann had anything to say to her own family or to Chris's family.
Oh, good.
To the families, know that they are at peace. They are happy. They are
Good.
playing amongst the yellow flowers.
Oh,
There's something specific about yellow flowers that only the families would know.
okay.
And they're finally at peace. They don't have to be afraid of the husband anymore. They are
Good.
mortally afraid of him.
Wow. Well, I would imagine that too. I mean, those babies seeing their daddy, smothering them. And it's so sad because they loved him so much. I mean,
Right.
they worshiped their daddy. And I mean, it's just, I can't imagine what they were thinking at that last second.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Right.
poor, I mean, how could you do that? I mean, what about him? Is he telling the truth about the fact that he's converted to God and he's a religious man, he's repented and all
Everybody
that?
finds God in jail.
Okay. That's what I thought. I know. And I believe you're right. I mean, I've always believed he's a sociopath, and I think that his family growing up didn't recognize it because you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're so good at putting on the mask and being someone they're not for everyone they encounter.
Right.
And that's my impression, is that he is completely a psychopath or sociopath, and he doesn't feel real emotions. And when he's come to God, I think he's got the mindset that, okay, well, I'm completely empty. I don't feel anything one way or the other. So filling myself and my life up with the goodness that is God and religion is better than filling myself up with bad stuff. So I might as well do the good. You know what I mean? He doesn't have emotion either way. He
Right.
knows what's fundamentally bad, and he knows what's fundamentally good, but he doesn't care.
He is
Um,
basically telling people what they want to hear and that he found Jesus
ah,
and he's
okay.
converted and he's all wonderful again and whatever, and it's a total lie. It's more sociopathic lying.
Okay, that's what I thought. And I've run into a few sociopaths in my life, and I won't say any names, but there was someone involved with the whole Grey Gardens thing who is a sociopath, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
And what he did to so many people, including myself and including Lois, was horrible. And he put on a mask too, and everyone thinks he's a lovely person, and he may very well be. I don't know, but I would like to bet he's a sociopath, and they really are good at masking what they really are.
Yeah,
They're yeah, they show everyone the mask, and that's it. And
and
it's
that's
so
all he is.
scary.
He's a beard. He's a
Hey,
beard.
Paula, can I
Yes.
ask you a quick question about all this? Like, cause
Sure.
I too, I have a problem talking about Chris Watts.
Right.
There's something about it that makes it feel very dark to me. I don't know what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
here's a question I have for you. As someone who, people who didn't see this coming, including his family, friends he grew up with, how was anybody to notice or see who the person he really was that he became? Do you
You
understand?
have to have been living with him at that point in his life. Something just finally snapped. Something got miswired. He, he just. I think he had a problem aging. I think he
Ah.
wanted to be 21 again.
Oh
Um,
wow.
Therefore, the girlfriend
That
getting rid
makes
of the
sense.
family. He had
Sure.
problems with getting older.
Wow. So like a midlife crisis or whatever. I mean, that would make sense, because
Uh,
to a normal person, you go through it and you buy a fast car or whatever, and you get hair plugs put in or whatever, or a toupee, like my I know people who've done that too. But with him, it was kill his family, because that's the same thing as buying a Corvette. It didn't matter to him.
Right.
Um, wow. And like I said, his family is so nice. I don't see, there's nothing in his upbringing that would indicate that he had any childhood trauma,
that's
just a
where my
regular
big
type of
question is,
losing.
like how.
But you know what? You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Sure,
Hmm,
I
that's
mean,
true.
I know
Right.
people that project that they're the most wonderful people in the world to the outside world, but when that door closes, they become monsters.
True. That's true. I see what you mean. Okay, that's true. Oh, and everyone's saying hi. Hi, everybody who's out there. I see y'all. Thank you
Uh,
for coming and being here tonight. And
Thank you, guys.
yeah,
If you
definitely.
guys have any questions in chat too, Paul is happy to try and answer them while we're talking about this as well.
Yeah, throw
Yeah,
out
for
the
some
questions.
reason I can't see chat, so somebody's going to have to read the question to me.
Oh, we will. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, yeah. If
I'm glad we all figured out how to come on tonight. I know that Paula, you've never done it this way before. But Paula,
No.
why don't you tell people a little bit about how they can find you if they want to hire you for private readings or something like that?
I'm on Facebook. I'm under Paula Forester, Psychic Medium.
Okay.
And they can always find me on Facebook. It's Forester, and I'm in New York.
Wonderful. And so they can call, I mean, when they do contact you, they can ask you if you could do a private reading, and then you'll set up a PayPal or whatever, however you get your funding. I don't know how that
Absolutely,
works.
yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
I accept PayPal. Little commercial.
I've put the link to your website.
Yeah, I wanted you to plug your stuff tonight because you're awesome.
I also have a website because I do gallery readings all over Long Island Medium. It's called talkingwithheaven.com.
Yep.
And I'll put that in the link below in the chat, on the page, so people can go to that. Does anyone have any specific questions that they wanted to ask Paula?
I do have one question, another one. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I got a few. And I know you told us like you get it through pictures and things like that you see, but how do you know exactly how these children and these mothers made it through to the other side, and that they're playing, and that they're like, how do you get those vibes? Like, to me, like, I try to think to myself as pretty open to this because I've had psychic readings before and stuff, and I'm pretty open to it. But I just don't understand, I guess, to me, how it works.
Because I can see them in my mind's eye. I can smell the aroma of the flowers. I can feel their joy, the little girls giggling, the mother smiling, the mother being very happy. It's just something that I pick up from them.
Okay, that was a question I just wanted to ask because I just didn't know how it's done. I don't know because I've had a psychic reading and it was spot on, and I didn't understand how she knew the things that she knew. It kind of freaked me out.
Because it's psychic.
It really freaked me out.
I mean, it really is. And Paula is really good. She's really good at this, and you know, like I said before, our Grey Gardens reading when she did the seance over there, you know, our mutual friend Walter Newkirk basically got her, you know, to agree to do the Grey Gardens seance, and everybody accused me of knowing Paula and being her friend and hiring her. It was so silly, but even
which is not true. Which is not true, by the way.
Thank you, Paula. We literally just met over the phone like a week before the seance.
Right.
I was about to say, how did you two meet? That was my next question.
Through Walter Newkirk.
Right, through Walter Newkirk, and I hope Walter's watching this or he'll watch it later. But he's a mutual friend. I believe Paula and Walter worked together years ago. Is that correct, Paula?
Yeah, it was a book publicist in Manhattan for a million years. I worked corporate in Manhattan for years and years and years, doing book publicity. So I wasn't always just a psychic.
Right. You did that too, and thank you, Ginger Locks. You put up the she put up the Paula.
I try to work fast here.
She's good.
Thank you. But no, I don't. I mean, and where do you think the mistress is today? Which is I don't know if she's in Colorado or if she's in another state, or do you feel her being even in Europe or something now, Paula? What do you think?
I don't think she's in Colorado. I do believe she's in the United States, and I think she's laying very low. She's working under a nom de plume.
Okay. And I think that she could easily disguise herself if, you know, she has that long brown hair. I think if she cut it and dyed it red or blonde or something and got a pair of fake glasses, no one would know who she is because she has a very plain,
all it takes now is a little bit of plastic surgery, a little bit of haircut, a little bit of bleach to the hair, and no one's going to freaking know who you are.
No one's going to know you. Right.
Nope.
That's like how that horrible Casey Anthony is existing out there in the world. And I think, oh my God.
Well, you know what? My sister is a prosecuting attorney for the state of Oregon, and she actually told me, she's like, there is no way this girl is going to go to jail. She told me from the beginning. I'm like, no. She's like, there's not enough evidence.
Oh, God. Well, I think what they didn't do, they should have gone on a jury field trip and smelled the trunk of her car.
Oh, yeah. I mean, God, they went on a jury field trip to O.J. Simpson.
I know they totally should have done that here, and they should have had them also smell, known human decomposition, maybe in a lab or something, and
I
then
got
go
to
to
be
her
honest, I
car.
don't know what that smell is, and I don't want to know. Like, I really
I don't
don't.
either. Well, I
Mm-mm.
remember when
I
I was
do.
a
It's very
realtor.
nasty.
Oh, I
It'll
bet,
Ugh.
blow your hair
Paula.
back. It will blow your hair back
Oh, I bet
And
it
I'm
will.
sure that's a smell you don't forget, too.
That's what
because
they say.
I've done some work with the New York City Police Department,
Oh,
and so
wow.
yeah, so I know that smell.
Oh my, I bet you do. How awful.
So you've actually worked with like with people in police departments and people who are
Yes,
detectives to actually
yes,
help with criminal investigations.
yes.
That's
Wow.
amazing. Isn't
Okay,
that
that's
cool?
pretty
Yeah, she's
interesting.
awesome, you guys. I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, I kind of just got chills now.
I
Woo!
know, right? Right. So what she's telling us is probably exactly
As
correct. I
soon as
know that.
it won't go away. Ew, I don't
I
like
know,
it.
right?
Ugh.
She's amazing. I'm telling you guys.
I don't like
That's
that.
funny.
Voices Behind the Wall asks, was Cindy really trying to poison the kids with nuts?
That's Chris Watts' mother, Cindy. Correct?
Correct.
No,
The
Yes.
fight
no,
the fight that happened
no.
amongst.
It wasn't an accident. I think from what I've read that it wasn't even nuts. It was actually an ice cream that was manufactured in a plant that had tree nuts. And I mean,
Oh.
yeah, my opinion is that of course she wasn't. You're not going to want to hurt a baby, your grandbaby. Oh my goodness. And I think Cindy's a very nice lady. I know that she grappled for answers about why this happened, just like everyone else did. And I know Paula should answer. I'm sorry, but I
We
do
love to hear
think.
you, Tanya, though. We
No,
do.
go
We love
ahead.
hearing
Oh,
Go
you.
okay.
for it.
I'm
Yeah,
nuts, but
Tanya, talk.
yeah, I'm talking. No, but I think that she wasn't aware that the ice cream was manufactured in a plant with peanuts, or with tree nuts rather. And I of course it was not intentional. I think that Shanann was, her babies were her whole world, and she was terrified that her mother-in-law gave her child something she shouldn't have. And they unfortunately got into that argument. But of course, Cindy did not try to do that. It was completely an accident. And in my opinion, that's just looking at the case and looking at, how Cindy is. And I seriously doubt that any grandmother would do anything like that intentionally. Of course not. But
Right,
anyway, okay,
right.
Paula, you're
A
sorry.
grandmother who's
No,
raised two
I
children.
agree wholeheartedly.
I agree with
Okay.
that too.
I,
I completely
Yes.
agree.
yeah,
And I'm not a
Sure.
psychic, but I agree.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I'm just going from, human impressions of how they are, and they're so devastated. No, of course not. No, 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 never.
Um, Bridget, do you have
Yep.
more questions to ask for yourself?
No, those were the questions that I wanted to ask. I'm not sure if anyone else wanted to. Oh,
I'm thinking because I know I've got about at least 5 in my back pocket, and I just need to come up with them. I know I've had a ton. So
What about her wedding ring, Paula? I believe that he stored her wedding ring in the floor of her car, and he retrieved that and stuffed it in his pocket, and then pretended like he found it on her bedside table. Or do you think Shanann actually took it off her finger when they were arguing the night before?
I think she took it off.
You do? Okay.
Yes,
Interesting. Very interesting.
I think she took it off and threw it at him.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
now the question I
Good
do
for her.
another question I have for you is in the bedroom. Is it the way that Chris Watts said it was? Is that exactly what happened? Where they quote unquote did what they did, had made love, and then he strangled her and then wrapped her up the way. Is that the way it actually happened?
No,
Really?
they were arguing. I think there was forced sex, but it was more
Okay.
like rage sex.
Wow.
And then he strangled her.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And someone in chat is asking Paula, is Chris Watts bisexual, or is he straight, or is he
I
gay?
was going to mention that before. I get a very
Okay.
strong impression, yes.
That he's
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Mouth wide open.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see here. Okay. There was purple gloves on Watt's bed in the basement. There was actually a purple face mask, I believe. Does that belong to Nicole Kessinger, the mistress? Did she stay the night at the Watts home, and was that her mask, her face mask?
No, that was not her mask. That was his.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see what else they're asking.
Quick question, Paula. Another one. What was the giggle in the closet with the canines and the canine unit?
I'm not familiar with that part of the story.
There was a part where the canine unit went into the house and they were searching the house. And there's been a lot of, as you could say, paranormal things happening in the house. And when they went into the closet, there was this giggle that everybody could hear, but nobody knew where it came from, including the canine unit and the people who ran the canines. They were like, "What was that?"
And it sounded like a child.
It did. It sounded very much like
it was a children. It was a children. They had not yet crossed over yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay. See, now in my book, I answered that as well. You guys know what exactly happened, and who it was and why it happened that way. So you think it was one of the children? I do too.
Yes. Yes. It was Bella.
Okay, that's who I thought it was too. Wow. Oh my gosh! Wow.
So, based on a question in chat, well, it's more of a comment. Laura Lee said, "Yeah, I think they had threesomes. That was the dark stuff." So that kind of got me thinking. Chris says, there's this dark stuff that Nicole Kessinger did or whatever that he'll take to his grave. Is there any way of knowing what that is?
The threesome?
No, they
just Chris any kind of dark stuff that Nicole was into?
Right.
Yes, I think she was into rough sex. Okay. I think autoerotic asphyxiation was a part of their sex life.
Oh my!
And that's where he got to practice strangulation. Yes.
Oh my god!
That was part of his sexual fantasy.
Wow!
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! No one's ever said that before, but
never.
Wow, that makes sense.
Oh my god!
Gosh. That makes so much sense. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh, I have got the goosebumps now.
Oh, this is eerie.
Speechless.
Oh my gosh. And someone is asking, do you feel that Nicole Kessinger's in Idaho? She says, I've been told she's for sure there, but I don't believe it. And yes, I have a lot of footage from police body cams, and I see and hear the girls and Shannon for sure. Do you think she's in Idaho, Paula?
No, I think she's in Nevada.
Really? Okay. Oh my god. Oh my! Everybody, start looking in Nevada. If you live out there, start looking for this woman. Wow, very interesting. Yeah, because that's not very far from Colorado, right? I mean, I would used to go to Vegas all the time when I lived in California, but I've never really hung out in Nevada except for Las Vegas. But yeah, that's out that way. That would make sense to go like 1 or 2 states over. Okay.
Right.
Oh my god.
Or she could just blend in, or she could get a job doing anything, or she could just blend into the general population.
Sure.
Very easily she could. Yeah, I agree with that. She could easily blend in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paula, do you think that law enforcement, the FBI or the Colorado Bureau of Investigation or the local police department gave her any kind of help because to get lost? And I know it's not an official witness protection program, but I would like to think that, or I do think that maybe they helped her out by doctoring paperwork or something they can offer that she couldn't do on her own? Do you feel that law enforcement helped her get lost?
Yes. They
Okay.
wanted her gone.
That's what okay, they wanted her
They
out of
wanted their
there.
conviction. They wanted their conviction, and they wanted her gone.
Wow. Okay. Did they suspect her a little bit then?
In the beginning, yes.
Okay. Okay.
As time went on, no.
Okay. Okay. So they knew that they had to get her lost so they can go on with their conviction, and no one would question her, I bet. But everyone is questioning her. Everyone thinks she was involved, and I don't see it. I really don't. I don't see it either.
Well, the
Not at
reason why
all.
that everybody
She's got no life. She's got no life. What does she have to look forward to? Always being on the run,
True.
always using an assumed name, always,
Right.
living from here to there to there to there, not having
Sure.
contact with her family.
Right.
She's
Right.
dug her own little piece of hell.
Oh, I'm sure she is. Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, I feel sorry for her. I know everyone hates her. She's the mistress. And of course, we hate her for that reason, but she's not a killer. I don't see that at all. And people are mad at me for that. I'm so sorry.
But the fact of
I
the
don't
matter is
see it
she
at all.
didn't know she was the mistress. She thought he was getting a divorce.
She thought he was because he kept telling her that.
That's what he kept feeding her. So
Yep.
that why wouldn't
Yep.
you believe it if this guy's
They
telling
all
you?
do.
They're liars.
Yes, they
They
all
all
lie. Yep.
do. They're all getting divorces. They're all separating. And it's all a
Right.
bunch of
Right.
bull.
Yep. It sure is. Oh my.
What do you think Chris grabbed out of the car when the police got there and he opened the garage door?
When he bent over to her Lexus and grabbed something out of the front seat, Paula, what do you think he was getting?
An article of clothing.
Really? Interesting. I wonder what it could be. Like a sock or a. Oh, I wonder. And why did he get
Something
that?
that had some incriminating DNA on it.
Oh my gosh, really?
Hmm.
Interesting.
Can I ask the question then? Then why would it have been in the car? Why wouldn't it have been in the house and instead of the car?
He took a trophy.
Oh, you're serious? Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
I just need to duck to the loo real quick, okay? So
We got it. Good.
Just real quick.
Wow. I didn't think of it that. Honestly, I thought it was the ring. I literally thought maybe he took it off.
No, I thought it was the ring too. Yeah.
And
wow.
he figured that was a good place to hide it. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, because, Paula, we just met tonight and we're just honestly meeting for the first time. How many cases have you worked with on the New York PD, like with stuff?
About half a dozen.
Wow.
Wow, that is so cool. And I know that
murder cases. I'm in 4 true crime books and 2 documentaries.
Holy
that is
shit.
so cool. Wow.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse there, but
I know. There's a documentary on her website about when she helped find a lost dog. It's adorable. Oh my gosh, you got to watch that.
Oh, I will watch that.
Yeah, it's so cute. The poor puppy, and oh my god, I love it. And she knew right where he was. That's wonderful. And it's a whole documentary about that.
That was not one of the. That was not one of the police investigations. The police investigations were murders or suicides.
Right. Oh my gosh! And do you just get an impression about their surroundings or what's there, where they're been buried or hidden or something like that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I got a call at my home phone number from a serial killer who somehow hired a private investigator to find out the phone was not even in my name.
Oh my
And she called me up from California, where she was extradited for more murders. And she
Oh my
called
gosh.
me up and wanted to fly me to California to help her out.
You're from a serial
Wow.
killer? Wow.
Yeah,
That is
Sante
Unbelievable.
Kimes.
who
Sante
was that?
Kimes called me at home.
Oh my
Sante
gosh.
Kimes, she killed Irene Silverman, the
Oh
socialite
my.
that was missing from Manhattan years ago.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh. Your life,
I'm blown
Paula, I
away by you
swear,
right
it's so
now, okay?
fascinating.
I'm really blown away.
So many other
I know,
stories
right?
here we could hear about in another episode. I definitely think. Yes, guys, if you have any questions. Okay, so Laurelie, was the song Battery that Nicole Kessinger texted Chris code for the oil tank batteries?
There's a song, it's a heavy metal song called Battery, and it's basically a song about anger, but they mention killing the family and all this stuff, Paula. And they also say, well, the oil tank batteries are called batteries. And right after the murder, somehow Nicole Kessinger, his mistress, texted him and wanted to know the lyrics to that song. And people are thinking that maybe she
Mhm.
did know what he was doing and that he had buried his family in the batteries or whatever. Again, I don't think so. But what do you think, Paula? Was that just a coincidence or what?
I think it's a coincidence.
Okay. Okay. Now, I was going to ask you something very profound. Someone is asking, did John Bonet's father kill her? And I wanted to say that I'm going to be on I'm going to be on Jay's show at some point in the future where we're going to talk about the John Bonet case. And I believe it was the mother, but this woman is asking if John Bonet's father killed her. What do you think
No,
about that? I'm sorry.
I think it was a mother.
Really? Okay. It's funny. We
Hmm.
actually think alike, Paul, on a lot of this stuff.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's
Paula,
Uh-huh.
just one quick question about I'm sorry, you just brought that up, so I'm just like, there was pineapple on the table. She was found with pineapple in her stomach, and she was found on the basement floor. Why would the mother
Right.
have any reason to do that to her child? That's all I'm asking.
we're talking about John Bonet.
Extreme jealousy.
Wow.
Because the father favored the little girl rather than his own wife.
Wow.
Oh.
And you know what? I think it was an accident. I think she was angry with the child. And I think that I know that John Bonet wanted to wear a turtleneck shirt that night or something like that. But I believe that what happened was Patsy tried to get the turtleneck off of her. And at the time I was really hooked into this murder case. My daughter was like 4 years old, and I knew the struggle to get a turtleneck on or off of a kid who's fighting you. And I think that she literally took the turtleneck in her hand and kind of whipped the kid around, trying to get her to take off the turtleneck. And that choked her and she banged her head. And
Mm,
then she realized the kid was probably dying, and so she came up with a whole scenario. But that
right.
follows, though, Paula, that she was angry with the little girl,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that Patsy was on diet pills and who knows what else at the time. And
Right.
that's kind of like the Thrive products that Chris Watts was on. It's a stimulant and it makes you crazy. I don't know.
Yep.
Interesting though.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
very interesting. Um,
That's a good question. Did Thrive have anything to do with his state of mind or his actions in any of this?
Absolutely yes.
you think so? Okay.
Yes. It made him manic.
Oh, wow. And I've heard that certain things, that if you are bipolar, that if you take certain drugs that are normal to the or even health, even natural supplements, whatever was in the Thrive product, that you can have a manic episode because it doesn't mix well in your brain. I've heard that before.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So he might
That's
be bipolar on top of being a sociopath.
wow. And a lot of
Yeah.
that chemical imbalance tends to happen around the age that Chris Watts was, correct?
Sure. Sure.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my. And that's probably why he got chubby now in prison, because he's not getting diet product that was basically like speed to him, I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
has he
Wow.
gained weight? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, I just know in the photograph that Tammy Lee took in February of 2019 at the prison, he looked chubby. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I would agree. Yeah, he looked a little bit bigger, but I'm curious to see what he looks like today. People
I
are
know.
talking
I
about
haven't
that
seen
he
it.
actually might have the coronavirus. People are saying.
Wow. I don't know.
More
But
specifically, the prison that he's in, one of the doctors there has tested positive for COVID-19. So that's where that came from.
I thought it was the other prison, though, because I've heard different reports, but there are two prisons. There's the Dodge Correctional Facility where he's located, and then there's another prison that has the name of the town, which is Waupun or Waupun or whatever it is. And
Yeah, that's the one. Oh,
yeah,
he's not in there.
No, he's
Well,
not in
yeah.
that one.
Okay,
Right,
I
but
think that's where it was.
I imagine they'd have cross employees, doctors that cover both facilities. I don't know.
Yeah. Captain of My Soul made a good point, but said, but wouldn't other users who use it react like manic on Thrive?
I don't know. I mean, I think that people who, well, you saw all of Shanann's energy, and she was a healthy young lady, and I think I really think it was similar. I mean, gosh, I'm going to be sued by Thrive now. I don't. Oh my! I don't really.
Yeah,
I don't want to badmouth it, but
don't worry
there's
about
nothing wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with people who take diet pills and it helps them lose weight, and the same thing with Thrive if it's helping them and there's no ill effects. But I think it had ill effects on his brain. I definitely do, and I think Shanann took it just fine because she didn't have an underlying psychological issue. I don't know for sure.
Right. And things like bipolarism and things like that can appear later in life too. You're not necessarily born with them.
Do me a favor.
Right.
Go get me cider. Maybe I will.
Let's see here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Scott Reich that reported that that it was the whatever that Waupun.
Okay, it was
yeah.
Scott who did that. Okay, good. I love Scott. He's adorable.
Yeah. So clearly he was wrong this time. Okay. So we'll point that out to him.
Okay, very good. Aww.
Bridget.
Poor guy. He does a great job. Girl.
I didn't say that on live. Sorry, Scott. Did Voices Behind the Wall asks, did Chris maybe take moving on? Did Chris maybe take oxys too?
Paula, are you there?
Oxys would have given him more of a feeling of euphoria. I don't think he took oxys unless he was coming down off a really bad binge. Okay. And he was just freaking out.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, I think he was just naturally nuts.
Yeah, naturally nuts. Naturally nuts. Oh my. Yeah, I don't see him taking any of that either. I just think that kind of medicine knocks you out, kind of. Puts you to sleep, and he seemed more like he could be awake all day, all night, that kind of thing. So I don't think so. Myself, I don't know.
Right.
So how did he get her when he gave her the oxy when he was at her parents' house in North Carolina? How did he get them to, or did he grind them up and put them in a drink, or how did he get her to take them? He did. Okay.
Well,
interesting.
Oxy is very bitter, so she would have tasted it. So he would have put it in food or something like that. That would have really masked the taste of it.
Okay.
And how long was he planning this for?
Yeah, that's a good one.
6 months.
Really? Then that would even be before he was going out with Nicole Kessinger. So he was thinking about getting rid of these people before that. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it was this whole midlife crisis thing that he was going through. Even
Oh
though he
my.
was not that old, he could just
Right.
not face getting older
Oh my. Wow. Sure, an
and
established
did not want to
family
be
would mean,
settled with a family,
yeah.
yet
Yeah.
let alone another one, another child. He
Oh my
did not
gosh.
want that.
Okay. Well, we know, yeah, we pretty much know that he didn't want the other child. And it was so clear, even the video that Shanann made, revealing to him that they were pregnant again. He was just kind of like, oh, okay, yay. It was so clear that he
Hmm.
didn't want that other child. Yeah.
Right, right.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Um,
Do we have more questions from
Yeah.
the
Just look. Can
Can
Paula
Paul?
elaborate? Oh, you go.
No, you go. It's your channel,
Okay.
not mine.
Hey.
go, girls.
Can Paula elaborate? That means it was prior to Nicole Kessinger that he was thinking about doing this?
Yes,
Right.
Wow.
absolutely yes.
That's another thing I haven't heard. Oh, my. Wow. Wow.
He had it especially strongly during their sexual experiences
Really?
of just going too far and strangling her.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow. Now, like you said, I don't want to say because I've worked for like a third party person where you had to sell stuff and the triangle pyramid stuff, but was Thrive giving out signals or things or chemicals to the body that shouldn't have been there?
Hmm.
Yes, he
You
was
know what I
having a
always.
bad neurological reaction to it. Yes.
Oh my. Oh my gosh.
Yep. I kind because like with they've had remember Fen or whatever it was called,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that
Yes.
was like like, and that's what I'm trying. And I'm not saying that that company is like Fen, but what I'm saying
Right.
is you just never know what your body's not going to calculate with
Sure.
certain
Right.
kind of
Right.
chemicals, and
Right.
Sure.
they were toxic chemicals for him.
Hmm.
Oh, I bet with whatever was wrong in his mind. Yeah, I
Right. If
bet.
he already had this
Yeah.
prior, this just probably made it worse, I'm assuming.
Oh, I bet it did. Yeah. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
because yeah, because if you have bipolar disorder, you're going to have those manic episodes and the depressive episodes. And if there's something that stimulates either one of them, which would probably be his manic side, then I can imagine that, yeah, he could, that could happen right then and there. And
Hmm.
especially if he was doing it, in a sexual way with Nicole Kessinger, the strangulation thing, that adds another dimension to the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Right. Right.
Wow, that's the dark thing.
Hmm.
And that would make sense why he kind of blames Nicole Kessinger a little bit, saying that, when he talked to Sherilyn Cadle, he said that he wouldn't have done any of this if it weren't for Nikki and the dark things that she was involved in. I bet that if you follow that logic and he was practicing strangling her, then of course it would lead to that. But it's not Nicole's fault, of course not.
No.
But
No.
it makes sense as to why he'd be hinting at that and say that
But
he'd take it to his grave.
she was a willing participant to it. I mean,
Sure, of
she
course.
got off on it too, and so it was their
Wow.
own little dark secret.
Wow. And I bet she knew that obviously when she found out that Shanann was strangled, of course.
Hmm.
Oh my
Hmm.
God. And I feel terrible for her because now she's thinking if I wouldn't have showed him how to do that game or whatever, then it wouldn't have happened. Oh wow.
I mean, think of it this way: why did he strangle his wife and yet not strangle the girls?
Right.
Why did he use pillows?
Right.
Because it was more nurturing.
Okay.
It was softer. It wasn't sexual.
Right. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Wow. Mind
Wow.
blown.
Okay, we're coming up to almost an hour already. That's crazy. So I'm going to take the last couple of questions because I am supposed to do back-to-back live with Smokey P next in a couple of minutes, but we'll see.
Smokey P!
So you guys stay around for that if you want. Me, a funny guy. Shake and bake.
He is hilarious. He knows I adore him so much. He's like a little brother I never had.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And he is just the coolest little ADHD guy you've ever met. He really is.
Wow.
So just the last couple of questions here. I just want to thank you, Paula, for coming in. I know that your voice isn't great at the moment.
Welcome.
Thank you so
for
much.
having me.
Believe
Now,
it,
just
Paula.
Thank you for having me.
Last few questions here. Were the girls alive in the truck? I think we covered that, didn't we?
Yeah.
They were.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we
And
covered it.
what was that other question? Someone asked, Nicole Kissinger said she thought that Chris was seeing other girls before her. Do you think he was?
She was doing what?
Yes. Yes.
Seeing other women.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And possibly men. Is that correct, Paula?
Yes.
Okay.
Paula, one question real quick about the whole bisexuality. Was the guy who came forward who said that he had a relationship with Chris Watts, was he legit?
Yes.
Damn!
Trent
Oh
Bolt.
my. Oh my gosh.
Damn!
No,
I was not expecting that.
Oh my. Yeah, 'cause he
Sneaky,
knew a lot of
sneaky
stuff, guys,
Christopher.
Wow. Wow.
And on that note,
Yes.
mind blowing.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, everyone. Ginger Locks Mum,
thank
subscribe. Tania Hagan, author, awesome author, subscribe. Paula Forester, wonderful medium. You can go to her website. It's in the link in the description below. Thank you for coming in, everyone.
Thank
And
you.
join the next
Ginger.
live with Smokey P and Miss Murder Australia
Awesome.
as
I'll
they
try to
talk
watch
about
it, girls.
whatever it might be about
Zombies.
coronavirus.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paula.
Okay.
Thanks, Tanya.
Everybody stay safe with Corona.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Stay inside.
Definitely, girls.
I've had
Yep.
it. I'm done.
And Laura Lee, I am so sorry for I'm so sorry for hiding you. It was my fat finger's fault. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Aw.
Fat fingers. Sorry.
All
Bye,
right, have a good
ladies.
one,
So
guys.
good to
Thank
see you
you
all.
again.